Welcome back, everybody. I'm Brian Bogert, and I'm so excited to be back in studio today for episode 19 of Bogert's Bullets. Today we're going to talk about thinking big. I'm going to start out with telling you a story today. This is a story about a little boy born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to a mother who was a school board director and a father who owned a refrigeration company. He lived in a melting pot of cultures in Philadelphia in a time that was a little bit interesting. And his upbringing was, although middle class, not necessarily textbook and easy. But he used his quick tongue and charming personality to get him out of trouble, and although he was already a good student, he relied on that charm in many aspects of his life. In fact, this charm and quick tongue gave him the nickname, the Prince. The Prince set out and he started doing rap in a different way. Got his own TV show called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he started setting records at a very, very young age. Very early in life, Will Smith identified that he wanted to be the best and biggest actor in the world. Now, many would have claimed that was audacious, but what he set out to do next was shocking to the world. Still today, he is the only actor in our limelight that has had 8 box office hits in excess of $100 million apiece in a row. Will Smith actually believes you need to be as unrealistic as possible and then set out to make it real. He's actually said that the best things that have ever happened to him were unrealistic before they happened to him. So when he sought out to become the biggest actor in the world, he actually would argue today that that dream might have been a little bit too small. And in recent years, he's been talking about doing something a little bit different. Will Smith is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, actor of our time. And he's made it on such a large scale. All of that started with thinking big. One of the favorite quotes I've heard Will Smith say, he calls a new old saying. I think it's something that we should all think about and live by, and challenging ourselves to think bigger. Being realistic is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity. Do you want to be average? Do you want to be mediocre? If you don't, I challenge you to think big. Take your normal dreams that you think you probably are already making yourself uncomfortable with, make them a little bit bigger. If you just thought 5%, 10%, 15% bigger than you already do today, imagine what the outcome will be. Will Smith is one of the best examples, and yes, he had this innate raw talent, but he's been thinking this way his entire life. He's been thinking abundantly his entire life. He's been thinking huge his entire life. Now, don't worry about how audacious people might think you are. Don't worry about if others will challenge the idea, is it too big? Is it too big for you? Challenge yourself to think bigger. Believe it and watch what will happen.